All right, you can see here, I've already opened a new script here and I've named it factorial fun, and that's for factorial function. Now, when you try to create a function, you aren't going to start this with clear all, close all, CLC, because we'll actually use the function itself outside of this. We'll actually use it down here in the command window, or actually in a separate script. Okay? And so the way that you're going to start out all functions is with the word function. And then these brackets here, you'll input whatever you want the output to be. So if we want it to say still be n factorial as the output, we can do that. And then equals. And then here should be the name of the function. It absolutely needs to match the name of this file here. If you have a separate name for the function as for the file, it's not going to work. It's not going to work properly. So I need to make sure that I type this in exactly the same. And so far I don't have it exactly the same. See, there we go. Factorial fun. And then I put another set of parentheses here, and in here are going to be the inputs. And so some functions may have several inputs and outputs, but for ours we're just going to have one. Okay, and so the single input here, let's maybe call it n. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our little for loop that we created here in this script, because we essentially want pretty similar code here to turn this into a function. The primary difference is we don't need this n equals 7 here, because we'll specify what n is when we actually go to use the function that we're creating right now. So right now we have no restrictions on what n is. Okay. And then next, we could still start off with the n factorial equals 1, and then our for loop should run the exact same way. And actually, I don't even need this right here, because this function is going to output n factorial for me. So I just really deleted two things and changed the top line to make this function. Now, before we do anything, I want you to know that, and this can be very frustrating if you miss this single point here, if you try to run this, it's not going to do anything, because this isn't meant to be run. You just save this. Okay. So I have it saved now. And now, if I want to go and compute something, like say 5 factorial again, boom. There it is. It gave us our answer. Okay. And there may be some, again, more bells and whistles that we could add to this later. But you can see that it's working just fine. Okay. So there's our first basic function.